Welcome. I am so excited to be here with Daisy to talk to you about her transition to instructional design from being in the classroom. Hey, Daisy, how are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you, Cindy?
I am amazing. I am so happy to talk to you. You have such a phenomenal journey. So, first off, what are you doing right now? I think I told everybody, but what are you doing right now?
Yes, so I am in learning development and I'm creating learning experiences in the corporate setting.
And what does it feel like in this new job?
It feels amazing. I am really enjoying it. I get along really well with my coworkers, and I think that the job really aligns well with the kind of life that I've envisioned for myself.
So what does that mean? Like what kind of life? Like leaving the classroom, what were you looking for in a life?
Yeah, so I was looking for something that I did not have to justify every decision that I was making. I wanted to feel confident in being able to deliver engaging learning experiences that I knew I could deliver on. And also, I wanted to work with adults. In my teaching career, I had gained a lot of leadership opportunities where I was working with adults, creating training for teachers, leading team meetings, creating curriculum for adults. So it was something that I really wanted to make the transition to.
And it was a fairly seamless transition, but and I just want to point out how you went directly from working in the schools, working as a teacher, directly to a position outside of education in instructional design.
Yes.
Right. And we used all that experience that you had, like you talked about previously, training teachers, doing development trainings for teachers, writing curriculum to showcase all the skills that you would have that the corporate world would appreciate.
Yes, yes. I definitely had the skills to do it. The way I communicated that is where I needed your help, and that is where you helped me move from, receiving a lot of rejections on my resume and in interviews, and then helping me land a job opportunity in the field that I wanted. So that was that was great.
I am so proud of you. So let's talk about that journey a little bit. What was it like before we started working together?
Yes. So in January of last year, January 2024, I had made the decision that I
So
was
just because we don't know when anyone's watching. So right now
okay.
we're in April of 2025. I don't know when you're watching this, but
Yeah.
so about 15 months ago, continue.
Okay. Um, so in January of 2024, I had made the decision to transition out of the classroom. So I started looking into different programs to help me in instructional design because I knew I still wanted to um, be in that learning realm. I found a boot camp and I signed up for the boot camp, and I think the boot camp did a really good job of helping me build those instructional design skills and helped me create a project, an amazing project that I was able to, present and deliver on through social media. And where I was stuck in was actually preparing my resume and landing interviews and doing well on those interviews. So I had this amazing project, but I still wasn't making it through. I would send in my resume and I would get a lot of rejections. There was a handful of phone screen interviews that I attended where some of them I made it to the next round interview, but I wasn't making it past that second interview, and I was starting to get really, really discouraged. So around December and January, I started looking into what I could do in order to be able to enhance my skills in those areas of being able to tailor my resume and to nail interviews, which is something that I was really struggling with. So I started doing research on just several coaches that I could possibly work with in order to help me with this. And I came across your videos, Cindy. And one thing that I made me want to work with you was I saw a video and someone mentioned that you like kicked them in the butt to like keep going and to motivate them and to not give up and to like put pressure on them in order to be able to do well. And this was something that I needed for myself because I was starting to get into like a depressive episode where I wanted to give up. I was going to start applying to teaching roles again. So I needed someone that was going to take me to that next level. So, and that's exactly what you did. You
Thank
motivated me
you.
to keep going. You kicked me in the butt in some areas of like, you need to, get yourself together in order to be prepared for not just the interview, but for a new job. So I'm really thankful for
Well,
that.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. I remember encouraging you to post that project on LinkedIn, that there
Yeah.
was some trepidation and some fear about putting yourself out there,
Yes.
right? And the job that hired you, like they had seen your project online. They already knew about you when you applied for it, which was so amazing.
Yes, yes. That was the kick in the butt that I needed because I think I gave you like several reasons why I didn't want to post it. I I'm a very private person and I don't like to post online. So posting online is an anxiety. I just get very anxious doing it. So you telling me your project is great, you're going to the post is going to do well. Go ahead and post it and just see what happens. And that LinkedIn post received a lot of positive
Did.
feedback, and it caught the eyes of hiring managers. And I went into the interviews, and they said they saw it on LinkedIn and they wanted to know more. So I was very happy that you pushed me to post it on LinkedIn.
Well, me too. And let's tell everybody you weren't interviewing at one place and you didn't even receive just one offer. How many places were you interviewing at
Yes.
actively in multiple stages?
Yes. So after working with you, I had interviewed with three different positions shortly after submitting those resumes. So I made it to, I got two job offers from those places.
One
And
day apart.
yes,
One day apart. It was like
one
a
day apart.
Tuesday and a Wednesday or something that you
Yes,
got those offers.
yes. Um, yeah. And these interview processes went a lot faster than they had previously. So, when I was interviewing before, there was a lot of wait time happening when I would interview, and I wouldn't hear back for like 1 week, 2 weeks, like months even for some places that I interviewed with. So after, it was funny how quick the responses were when after like we worked together and how fast the interview process actually went.
And how much they wanted you.
Yes.
How much they wanted you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm so proud of you throughout this process. I remember a time when there was a little bit of discouragement, and then it was like the
Yes.
next week, it was like, look at that. Look at how many interviews you have scheduled now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. It was. I remember we sat down together and you helped me tailor my resume to each of these jobs, and I had submitted them around Christmas, New Year's time. So I did did take a little bit for me to hear back from those jobs, but once I heard back, it started moving quick. And I remember meeting with you and I said, I'm a little discouraged because I haven't heard back. And you said I believe it was like a few days after the new year, and you're like, you just need to be patient. People are coming back from vacations. You need to be patient, and good things will happen. And sure enough, the next week, I had like three interviews scheduled, and heard back from people like on LinkedIn and things. So it was it was great.
That is phenomenal. And I know that one of the jobs that you were interviewing with, and I want to point this out because people always want to talk about needing those connections. And you had a connection with one of them, and you wound up not, you went on a couple of interviews, but you didn't get that job.
Correct.
Okay. And I remember telling you that you were so much better off that you received these other two that you applied to cold because you would always know that it was you, that it
Yes.
wasn't because of the connection.
Yes. So Yes, I did make it to 2 interview rounds, with that one job where I had that connection, and I ended up not getting the job, and it was a job that was out of state. So, although I think the interview went really well and, I had a really great connection with, the hiring manager, it just didn't work out the way, it was out of state, so it wasn't going to work. But I still had these 2 other interviews that were going really, really well, and I had made connections with them as well. So, it did put me down a little bit getting that rejection, but, I feel very happy that I was able to get 2 other offers where I had no connections with, and I was just able
I
to build
know,
those
right?
relationships with them.
And you got to be in that position to choose. We
Yes,
got to talk about the pros and cons and the benefit analysis for the 2 jobs and choose the one that made the most sense for you.
yes.
So how is life differently, and better now? I know that you're working hybrid, so what does life look like now as opposed to what it looked like working in the schools?
Yes. So, my life now better aligns with the vision that I had, like I mentioned previously, but not just in my job related life, but also in my home life as well. I know that when I was receiving coaching from you, you not only just gave me tools to be successful in the workplace, but also be successful in my personal life as well. You recommended several podcasts that I started listening to daily now, but also just preparing for success within my own life. I know towards the end of our sessions together, I had mentioned how I wanted to start working out more and to start, attending church more and just building all of these different components in my life outside of work. And you and I created a plan in order to do that. And I've been working out. I've been attending church. I've have signed up to do some volunteer work as well. And it's before when I was teaching, I didn't have time to do any of those things. I was not very happy with my personal life because teaching just took so much of it. So now that I have this new job and I'm making things that make me happy and that align well with what I envision for myself. I think it's really great, and I really owe it to you, Cindy, for kicking me in the butt and putting me on that path to happiness. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Isn't it? It's so much more than just the job. Like
Yes.
it's your whole life is better.
Yes. Yes, I remember, again, when I said I was in this depressive episode, for after getting so many rejections, and you and I started working together, you had mentioned how even if you're not doing anything that day, just get ready and make yourself presentable, and you're going to start feeling a lot better. And so I started doing that, and slow changes just build up into creating like a big lifestyle change, which is amazing.
Well, I am so happy for you. I'm so happy that every box is checked, that you're getting to do all the things that make you happy, that light you up, that you love your job, you love your colleagues, you love working hybridly. And I wish you so much continued success.
Thank you so much, Cindy. And I thank you for all of the help that you provided me and the guidance and the support and all of the encouragement and confidence that you had in me. Because when I was lacking that confidence, you were able to give it to me and encourage me to move forward. So thank you.
Aw, thank you so much. Absolute, absolute pleasure. Loved working with you.